In the age of Bogart and Bacall, Tangier in Morocco was open territory, a backdrop for intrigue, a centre for the rootless and displaced. Today, this city, just 8 miles from the maritime border with Spain, is again a transit route for those seeking refuge or a better life. Morocco has become one of the main routes for migrants fleeing Sub-Saharan Africa, and for some it is a deadly route. Meanwhile, the European Union is paying the Moroccan government millions of euros, effectively to police our borders. I'm here to see how that works. 1,000 people managed to cross illegally into Europe from Morocco in the first 3 months of this year. Many come by sea, where an EU agency called Frontex has the job of keeping them out. But the first line of defence is here in Morocco itself, where the EU has poured tens of millions of euros into an operation to stop the migrants ever reaching European soil. To tell their story, I've come here as a tourist. The Moroccan government consistently delayed giving official permission, and I'm about to find out why. In Tangier, the Sub-Saharan Africans inhabit the back streets and the night.
My brother, go.
Hello.
He's from Senegal.
From Senegal. Nice to meet you. Ibrihim is from Gambia. Okay. So this is your place?
Yeah, this is my place before. You see, I was...
And tell me about what's happened to people in this building.
Police come here every week at 6:30 in the morning.
Yep.
And they start asking people passport, and from there, before they take you to police station and take your fingerprints, and from there they can able to release you. But now they just take people straight to the bus and deport them to Oujda or other places.
This story of mass deportation to the border city of Oujda has become one of the migrants' biggest fears.
This is the mark. I put the mark here.
Yeah.
This Tangier, we're here.
We're incredibly close, aren't we? 3 months ago, Ibrahim did what all the men in this room have done. He got into a blow-up boat and tried to paddle to Spain. He thought he'd made it to Spanish waters. What happened to you when you tried? Tell us what happened.
When I strike, I just have confidence, like, let me make it quick to enter.
And?
To go far.
How far did you get?
I get I make paddle like for 3 hours, and after I call the Spanish people to come and rescue me. But like, if you call them, they used to call the Moroccans. So they are the Moroccans come to rescue us.
So you just run out of energy?
Yeah, ran out of energy.
What Ibrahim alleges happened to him is a breach of international law. If he was in Spanish waters, he should have been processed in Spain itself. As you travel across the Rif Mountains, you can see why the migrants don't want to stay here. This is a poor place, a lawless place, world famous for its marijuana crop. I decided to follow the deportation route to the border city of Oujda. It takes 12 hours by road. Along the way, you pass the 2 Spanish enclaves whose land borders act like magnets to desperate people. NGOs have documented many cases of migrants being rounded up and dumped across the Algerian border, suffering violence both from the police and gangs. At the heart of the city of Oujda, it's buzzing. It's a smuggling centre for gasoline. But at the edges, the migrants live. Amadou is from Cameroon.
Dernièrement, nous sommes allés pour tenter la barrière. Nous étions surpris, on a rencontré l'hélico, était tout jusqu'en bas de nous, l'hélico. Donc ça veut dire qu'ils ont commencé à nous viser les cailloux, faire les mauvaises choses, nous tabasser avec les bâtons, on n'a pas pu toucher la barrière.
So they hit you when you tried to go over the fence?
Oui.
Now, when they captured you, quand les policiers ont attrapé,
Oui.
Qu'est-ce que la destination? Où
on nous jette.
Oui,
on nous jette. Quand on nous attrape partout, c'est ici, à la frontière. Il y a le terrain de l'ONU. Voici le Maroc, voilà l'Algérie.
Though we were filming him in wasteland, it didn't take long for me to understand why he was so nervous. One of the local people has called the police. The police have arrived, and we, thanks to our driver, had to take a bit of evasive action. But it just shows how keen the Moroccan police are to avoid this story coming out of what happens to these men. Last year, the NGO Doctors Without Borders treated 600 people here for injuries consistent with violence during deportation. The practice of arbitrary deportation across the closed border with Algeria is a clear breach of the Geneva Convention on Refugees. It makes sense for Europe to pay Morocco to police the border better. Technically, the money is not to deter migration, but to, quote, improve capacity, to boost human rights. But as I travel north to the city of Nador, I'm about to find out why the Moroccan government has delayed permission to film here. Here is the border with Melilla, an enclave of Spanish territory. I wanted to film the fence line, but to get near it unobserved meant going where Moroccan taxi drivers don't want to take white Europeans. It soon became clear the entire forest where the migrants used to camp is crawling with the military. Over there is the Spanish enclave of Melilla. We're in Morocco, and I have to say this entire area is swarmed with soldiers and police. They are every 100 yards in large groups, and they're looking for one thing, and that is migrants. The forest where the migrants had been camped in their hundreds has been cleared. But I managed to track down two of the men who tried to scale the fence.
Les Marocains m'arrêtent et me tirent même. On tire sur nous. Nos frères sont à l'hôpital. Nos frères sont à l'hôpital à Rabat, des yeux percés. Les yeux percés, les mains cassées. On casse les pieds, on a les blessures, les bras. Tout.
Qui a blessé les gens?
Les Marocains.
Les Marocains?
Les Marocains.
Les policiers?
Les policiers.
Et les policiers sont durs?
Ouais, la police est dure. La police est dure aussi. La police est dure.
Donnez-moi un exemple.
Ma main.
No, what? But look at this here.
C'est la main.
Okay?
Ma main, la police marocaine.
Yeah.
Ouais.
Broken.
Ouais.
But it wasn't just the Moroccan police. Those who got into Spanish territory say they were beaten and ejected by the Spanish Guardia Civil.
Quand on nous arrête à Melilla avec la Guadja, on a appelé la Guadja. La Guadja nous tape d'abord, ils nous rejettent, on nous met dehors, on nous donne encore sur les Marocains. Les Marocains nous compactent.
What happened to these men is called pushback and puts Spain in breach of Article 19 of the EU's Charter of Fundamental Rights. Spain says it's the migrants who are increasingly violent and has promised to invest in improving the fence and to make policing more effective.
A lot of brothers and sisters die in the sea.
Ibrihim's been here 3 years now, but the levels of racism the migrants suffer makes them determined to stay until they can get to Europe.
They said Europe is crisis. It's crisis and you are spending a lot of millions to stop us.
Right.
What kind of crisis is that? Before you spend that million to stop us, you rather help the people in our countries to invest something or to create some companies which you know we can stay. But they colonize us and they don't create no companies. So what we'll do, we cannot stay like that. We have to go there and take it.
Thanks to Frontex, we know the precise number of people who crossed illegally to Europe last year, 72,437. As for those who died trying, nobody is counting.